Welcome to my daily practice at Wendy Coad Art. If you find this video interesting or helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video.
Hi, my name is Wendy and I'm an artist. I've been an artist my whole life and I am excited to invite you into my studio and show you my art practice. I paint every day and I do acrylic on paper. I also do stencils. I draw. I organize my studio space. I do a lot of things. For me, art is about problem solving, so there's always little tricks and tools that I can share with you along the way. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I am in a crossroad, I guess, today. I have been for a few days, and I've been talking about this for a few days. I'm not sure I'm going to show all of these videos of my, process, decision making. I love these paintings. Well, not these, but these and those, and I like these, but they're really not even close to being finished. But really, forgot to turn these boards around, but they get turned around all the time anyway. I love these paintings, and I wanted to stop, and I could stop, and maybe I should stop, but and I've been talking about this for, as I mentioned, a few days, but I don't, as much as I like them, kind of objectively, I don't feel like they're my my paintings. So, well, that's kind of weird. Let me take that back. Of course, they're my paintings, but I don't feel like they're saying everything that needs to be said or everything that I would like to say. They're just kind of like starters, conversation starters, competent, interesting, reminiscent. I call these my Turner paintings, and I do love them for that. There's a certain peace and calmness, but I don't need all of them, and I don't need all of them to be that way. And I just think that I need to push through. And so that's what I'm going to do today. And that has really made me very, very happy and very excited. It's right when you get that energy that tells you, yeah, go on, keep moving, keep working on it. So I'll turn a few more lights on here. So that's it. So I'm going to take something that I like. I even like a lot, and I'm going to try and go further with them. And what do I risk? Well, I mean, total annihilation of the paintings. Yeah, but that's not. There's always another painting. There's no, they're objects, and so this happens over and over and over again. A kind of a preciousness. And you might be right, or I might be right, but I might be wrong, and I'll never know if I don't try it. So here we go. That said, that was all the brave part. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to, move in there, because there's going to be some really not great times once I get started. I'm gonna wonder why I did it. If I ever could move paintings, past a certain point. I mean, all of those doubts and questions are going to come into play. And I just want you to know that I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not really, but I am. I just know I have to trust that on the other side, there's learning, there's movement, there's struggle, there's growth, there's a lot more than what I feel I have with these paintings right now. Okay, so enough about that. Let me just get some paint and some, well, I'm going to do everything all at once. No, not really. Some colors. I don't think I've used enough turquoise on these. So here we go. Now they are not going to stay light and bright because, you know, working is just not going to allow that to happen. The layering with acrylics, I don't even know what it's like with oil paint because I've never really used oil paint. And that was because early on, there just seemed to be too many respiratory issues. And of course, I have respiratory issues, so I'm even less inclined, given that I'm in a relatively enclosed space. I know it can be safe, and people have really made it work, and that's great. However, the other thing I was thinking about these paintings is they would, I was just thinking, you know, every week I go to a sketch club, and I, you know, the work that I do there is just kind of, it's like playing the scales, you know, it's like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, in terms of, you know, just kind of keeping things moving, getting a balance, you know, kind of an variation to my rather similar painting techniques and styles. I'm loving the turquoise already. I'm happy that I have gone beyond. So let's just keep going, keep going. And of course, I don't paint representationally. And it doesn't take me hours and hours. Well, it does actually, but because I do multiples at the same time, it doesn't feel like it takes me that long. And so I'm not sure. If I was painting, you know, figuratively, architecturally, landscapey, you know, I would do the same thing. I would have multiple panels so that I could just keep working without great pauses, because the great pauses tend to, you know, catapult me in different directions. Oh, I need to, you know, clean up something, or, you know, I need to go get the groceries. I'm not going to not get the groceries. I'm just going to pace myself. All right. So, you know, the trepidation is that I will never see these paintings again. And I like them. However, that is the sacrifice that you make for, you know, trying to go beyond a certain point to see if you can, you know, make something better or deeper or more more giving to the audience of what it can do or be. All right, enough about enough about that waxing. Oh, I'm just giddy with the you know, the excitement of doing these, making more marks, and not really having to pay attention to the consequences, because, as I've always said, you know, there's just always another painting. Look, I'll show you. There's always another painting. Right here, there's always another painting. And I do feel waves of preciousness as I turn these boards around. You know, I'm experiencing missing that part that I like, but um, if it's not what I want it to be or where I want it to be, then it's often worth the sacrifice. Don't get me wrong. I do not have a 100% success rate. These all will not turn out to be my favorite paintings. I mean, some will be competent paintings, some will be just not very interesting paintings, and that's okay. It's kind of like life. It's kind of like the world. It just can't all be all things all the time. And so this is the little pep talk that I give myself as I go in to create some louder, more engaged, more boisterous marks. And I love these kind of gritty tools. I do. I love them. This is just a hardware store paintbrush, and it separates, and it does everything that a fine art paintbrush should not do. If you want to have the ultimate control, but I want to have the ultimate experience. And I was going to say the ultimate fun, but I mean, there's a better word, I'm sure. I just can't think about it. And I'm starting to run out of my turquoise. I have no problem putting the same color on every panel. They're all different. And in some, that color will stay on the surface. And in others, that color will simply disappear because of all the other colors that come after it. Since I'm on a roll, I'm just going to do this side as well. Now these are a little different. The works on the paper here, the map paper, and I see that I have got a little tear there. I don't mind that, but I'm going to staple it back. And, oh yeah. Another one that I like, but they started to really radiate the timidness that I was feeling about where to stop. And for me, it's worth the risk to kind of make a mess. Because my experience is that I can't get to that next level if I don't go past this one, or the one that I'm trying to mediate. Okay. And it's practice too. I mean, they call medicine a practice. They call, everybody's got a practice. That's because nobody has the answer. Nobody knows the definitive. I mean, okay, medicine's kind of a bad example because you want them to know, but trust me, they don't know everything, nor should they necessarily, unless at certain levels, yeah, that would be better. But we're not going to go down that road. We're just going to keep painting. I'm running out of turquoise, and I already have quite a bit of turquoise on these two on the right hand side. So, and I've got all the Crayola colors here. I've got the red, I've got the turquoise, I've got the green, I got the pink, I got some I got the yellow. So I need to come back in with something that's going to make a little bit more of a statement. So I think it's going to be a darker. And Payne's Gray is good, but you know, my new favorite is this indigo. Indigo. And I don't think I have, you know, it's almost black, unless, you know, I get it really watered down. And so it's a nice dark contrast. We'll see. Yeah, it is. But and it does separate nicely with water. Oh, it looks so watery too, especially when it separates. These look like a couple of little fish moving along the surface. I see that all the time. I mean, you know, the kind of Rorschach. Even when I was doing figurative work, I would start abstractly, and uh, and then I would squint and stare and look at the paintings to see where there might be a shoulder or a knee or you know, head or a elbow, and just pull those out like Michelangelo, right? Just remove all the marble that doesn't look like the figure. Mm. Oh, okay, that's nice. I like making these. Well, I guess they're geometric shapes or circles. Where does that fall in? Um, and uh, semicircles, you know, because they kind of come in the frame and then they leave the frame. It's kind of like, you know, hi, bye, passing through. I feel like I'm on a roll with the indigo now. So let's see what we can do over here. How far, how far will this moment's braveness take me? Because I really do need to pause and just like sit with these and um, take a look at what I've got and, you know, make some decisions on where I might go. This almost did nothing here. Oh, that's better. So I'm going to do a corner. Ooh, I like how that kind of just cut that shape that was behind it. It was kind of a, well, it wasn't a, it was kind of an unresolved shape, and it just kind of gave it a little place to land there. Oh yeah, okay, so, oh, that feels better. And that is my, you know, my painting. Oh, I didn't do this one here. That is my painting uh, burst, I guess we call it. They're all kind of burst like. And so I'm going to pause to, you know, really just kind of take a look at what I've got and where I've gone. I have a nice, I'm not going to do anything down here because I have this nice anchor. And, you know, I can come back in here and do a bit more. Whoa. Okay. Well, uh, that was successful. We'll see what happens the next time. I mean, I'm always aiming for success. However, it's sometimes, just not possible. I mean, there's some roadblocks along the way, and I keep going. And at a certain point, then I have to make a decision. Yeah, is this what I want to do? Like, do I want to just keep at this if it's turned a corner and not really kept a certain energy or a certain direction that I'm aiming for? So thank you for being here today. And I really appreciate your sticking with me over the last few days and videos when I had my existential, kind of, it's not a crisis because it's just what happens every day in the studio, but uh, existential kind of ditherings. And yeah, so I'll look forward to seeing you on the next tape. So I'm so happy that you are joining me today and maybe other days too. I'll take you through my day to day as an artist, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tape. Thanks for being here.